Hi, this is Dave from Geekanoids.co.uk, and this is my continued coverage of the announcements coming out of the Consumer Electronics Show for 2010. Now, we're going to cover the announcements from Sony in this video. There's a lot to get through, and you'll have to excuse me looking down occasionally, but I do have some notes to follow. Let's kick things off with their announcements for the Bravia range of TVs that they produce. Now, there's 4 new models announced. There's the LX900, which is what I would class as their top-end model and probably the most expensive in the range. It's available in 40-inch, 52-inch and 60-inch versions. This is their full HD 3D televisions, so 3D pictures without the need for using those glasses that we so often had to use when we went to the cinema. Built-in Wi-Fi access, internet widgets, DLNA enabled devices so you can stream to the television. Fantastic, ultra smooth and detailed fast moving scenes thanks to new motion flow 200Hz technology. There's also image blur reduction, edge LED, and this new monolithic design, which you're going to see on the screen as I'm speaking, really does create a stunning looking set. There's also intelligent presence sensor and ambient sensor, and this helps save energy because it adjusts the brightness of the panel depending on the surrounding conditions. Next up is the HX900. This is their full LED screen. It's got a superb contrast, a motion flow 200Hz Pro and image blur reduction built into it. Unique Opticast panel, so you get a very cinematic looking experience on there. And it's also going to feature full HD 3D as well. Now, there's no actual definitive details on whether this is full HD 3D without glasses. I would assume it is. Available sizes for the HX900, 46-inch and 52 inches. Next up is the NX800, and the NX800 range is going to be available in just 2 models, a 40-inch and a 52-inch. This is going to have Wi-Fi access, internet widgets, DLNA enabled, super smooth and blur-free scenes thanks to the motion flow 200Hz technology, image blur reduction, a deep black panel and edge LED backlight, so not full LED, this is edge LED, supplied with glass and brushed aluminium TV stand, and it's going to look absolutely stunning, this one. Pictures again as I'm speaking. Last but not least, the EX700 range, which is going to be available in 32-inch, 40, 46, 52 and 60-inch versions. So this is what I would class as their mainstream range. This is a slim edge LED screen, full HD, Wi-Fi ready. It's going to allow access to online content as well and internet widgets. It has a presence sensor, so again it's going to adjust the LED brightness depending on its surroundings. And it also features the Bravia 3 engine, which includes motion flow 100Hz. And this is obviously going to be one of their more affordable range of televisions. So that's the televisions dealt with. They also announced a new Sony VAIO W series of their little netbooks. This is an Eco edition. It's got improved battery life for 8.5 hours, an LED backlight, and the main specs are the new Intel Atom N450 processor, Windows 7 Starter Edition, 1GB of RAM, 250GB hard drive, and a 10.1-inch screen with a 1366 by 768 resolution, Wi-Fi, 802.11b, G and N, Bluetooth, and of course a built-in webcam. This new VAIO W series, which is the W21M2E, is going to be available from February 2010. Now, amongst a whole host of announcements from Sony are some new Cybershot still cameras. Now, there are 4 new cameras announced. All of them are meant to be available during January 2010. I would assume that's going to be the latter part of January. There's the HX5, which is the top end of the new announcements, 10.2 megapixels, a 2.4-inch Exmor-R CMOS sensor, Bion's processor, G lens, 10 times optical zoom. It's going to have a 3-inch screen, optical image stabilizer, and it's going to also be capable of capturing 1080i video in AV-CHD format, so fantastic sounding camera, available in black or gold. Next up's the W380. This is a more compact camera, 14.1 megapixels, a 1 2/3 inch Super HAD CCD sensor, Bion's processor, G lens, 5x optical zoom, and also this new sweep panorama feature that also features in the HX5, by the way. 2.7 inch screen image stabilizer, which is optical image stabilization, 720p capture for video capture, and this is going to be available in black, red, gold and silver. Next up is the S2100, which is a 12.1 megapixel camera, a 1 2.3 inch Super HAD CCD sensor. This has a Sony lens rather than a G lens, so slightly lower optical quality. 3x optical zoom. No video capture on this. You do get an electronic image stabilizer, 3-inch screen, and this one's available in black, silver and orange. And last but not least is their very thin fashion type camera, which is the TX7, very compact, 10.2 megapixels, a 1 2.4 inch Exmor-R CMOS sensor, Bion's processor, Carl Zeiss lens, 4x optical zoom. This is going to feature a 3.5 inch screen, so a nice large screen on the back of the camera. It's going to be capable of capturing 1920 by 1080 AV-CHD format video, and this one's going to be available in dark blue, silver and red. So nice new additions to the Sony Cybershot range, all of them available sometime during January 2010. Next up is Sony's announcement of the HDR AX2000E. Now this is a pro quality camera, but they're saying that it's going to be available at a real world price, so we'll see what Sony mean by this when they announce pricing. It's a high-end Handycam, dual memory card slots for continuous shooting, so when one memory card becomes full it'll automatically start recording on the other memory card. Now it's got a 6mm Exmor-R 3 CMOS sensors. The pixels for each sensor is just over a million at 1,120,000, and it works with a minimum illumination of 1.5 lux. It's got a Sony G lens, so very high quality optics. As you can see the pictures on the screen, very pro styling to this camera as well. 20x optical zoom, an F rating of 1.6 to 3.4, accepts Memory Stick Pro Duo, and also SD memory and SDHC memory cards, and it will record in up to 1920 by 1080 interlaced. There's also a 25p progressive mode on there, and it absolutely sounds fantastic. I'd be very interested to learn what price point they're going to be releasing this camera. It's going to be available from February 2010, so certainly one to keep an eye out for. Last but not least, I'm bringing you details of the new Sony Handycam range. Now they announced a total of 10 new flash memory based models and 5 hard disk based models. There's approximately a 2 times larger shooting area for these thanks to the new wide angle G lens, and also an increase in sensitivity thanks to the Exmor-R CMOS sensor. Now there's a few models I'm just going to give you some details of. I'm not going to run through them all. These are all available during February 2010. First up is the HDR X550V. This is their top end model on the Handycam range, and this one offers 10x optical zoom, 12 million pixel still capture, 6.3 million pixels in use when capturing HD video, and a 240GB hard drive. Then there's the HDR CX550V. Very similar specs with the exception that it's got 64GB of internal memory, and that can be boosted with Memory Stick Pro Duo or SDHC memory cards. Then there's the HDR CX305, which is again very similar in specifications a slight drop in the sensor size. You're only getting 4.2 million gross pixels in use when capturing video and 7.1 million pixels when capturing moving images, 12 times optical zoom as opposed to 10 times, and also only 16 gigabytes of internal memory. So plenty of new models in the Sony Handycam range. Very excited to see how they perform, and hopefully I'll be bringing you some reviews of this new Sony kit in the next few months. Well, thanks very much for listening. Keep checking back on my channel throughout the day for more announcements from CES 2010.